performance. Okay, now it's on.
Okay.
Sorry.
So once you have your clay all wedged and everything is all incorporated, then you're ready to begin hand building or throwing on the wheel. So what you want to do for this particular project, we're going to be making piggy banks. And the best way that you can start with for your piggy bank is to create something that we call a pinch pot. And you're gonna start with 2 clay balls that are approximately the same size. So you want to start with one like that, and then another. This is rather large, but I just wanted to do it this way so you can see really clear. So once you start with your 2 generally similar sized balls, then you're going to create something called a pinch pot with both of them, which is a technique that we're going to use to create a hollow ball for the body of your piggy bank. So what you do is stick your thumb in the center of the ball so that your thumb's not coming through the top. You can feel that there's probably about 1/2 inch between where the tip of my thumb is and the top of the clay. And you're just literally going to pinch the clay into a pot. This clay is still a little bit soft, that it could definitely have been wedged a little bit more, but for our demonstration purposes, we are fine. So you want to, as you're twisting and moving the clay into the pot, you want to be mindful that the thickness of the sides is as even as you can make it. And then I'm going to set this aside. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Thumb in the middle, twisting to create that pinch pot. And as you're creating these, I want you to be thinking about how you can make sketches and plans for your specific piggy bank. Some people make an actual pig, other people make animals. You can make it into a birdhouse, you can do anything you want, just as long as it's a 3-dimensional form.
I'm doing an octopus.
I think she's making an elephant for G.
Okay.
Like a Republican elephant, as a joke.
Oh. Okay, so the point here, the goal is to have the perimeter, the outside of both of these circles, excuse me, to be about the same size. So we need to make this one a little bit bigger. And then once they're created, you're going to score and slip them together.
That might be a bit hard
To create a hollow ball. So this is going to be used for the body of whatever it is that you're making.
You could just do like lines across. Like,
And something important to note. So now we're just about at the right size. So if you're thinking about making an animal or something with more of a elongated body, this would be perfect. If you wanted to make something that had more of a sphere, then you'd want to make your pinch pots a little bit shorter so that they would come together as a ball. So I'm going to grab some tools. So now we're going to score and slip these 2 half spheres together. And it's really important when you're creating 3-dimensional forms that are closed. As far as the kiln aspect goes, you'll notice that when I'm creating this, once I have the score and the slip all finished, I am going to make a hole in this closed form. That anytime you have a form that's completely closed, you have to have some sort of a way for the air to get in and out of it when it's in the kiln. Otherwise, you're running the risk of this exploding in the kiln. So, another thing that you might come across when you're working on your piggy bank or multiple other projects in the future is when you have pieces that are somewhat delicate or thin, you'll want to make them and then let them set aside until they're leather hard before you actually attach them to it. So here I've got my sides all matched up, and what I'm gonna do, as the same as I always do with scoring and slipping, is pinch, 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 until you can see that little bead of water running around the outside, and then you know that it's incorporated. Pinch, 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 pinch. And then you're looking, and this doesn't really look very fancy or very clean. And it's not really in any particular condition to become my final piece here yet. So now I'm gonna think about, okay, so I've created my hollow form, and now it's my job to go around and smooth this all the way around as best as I can, so that there's no gaps or, inconsistencies in the shape. And then I'm gonna have this, and I'll set it aside until I'm ready to attach other pieces.